So we'll be looking at another Korean Eternity post that came out on the Korean Eternity microsite. So this one's all about chairs and sitting. Suddenly the sitting position and posture change and the legs are buried in the chair. You can kind of see how like the feet are like buried in the chair there and how that doesn't look right. It's like clipping through. And then when you stand up, I stand in the buried chair. Your character like appears in the middle of it. So this is going to be about how to fix all that. Looking at the current state of Pleon Engine, there were issues with sitting down and standing movements. Suddenly the position changed and the awkward sight of the legs being buried in the chair was seen. So why does this happen? This is because each character has a different height and leg length, and size of the chair is also different. Development points for implementing natural sitting, so these are the things that they plan on adding to help your character sit better. Applying these 7 elements will result in much more natural movements. When you use the rest skill, you should be able to find a chair within a 5-meter radius and sit on it. When generating the navigation mesh, the area where the character can move, considering the character's maximum collision box size, there were cases where the chair was inaccessible. I explained the situation to the person in charge and adjusted the chair collision box to make the chair accessible. So there is a large height difference between a small character and a large character. So yeah, there is a height difference between like humans, giants, elves, and like whatever age that you have your character set at, because the age system is basically like a height adjuster for your characters. This diversity allows us to create data assets that can be customized by race and age. So prepare to sit down. When sitting, the direction you look should be towards the chair, that is, the opposite direction you approached the chair. Even if you move to the sitting position using the route finder, there may be a slight error, so this position error is also corrected through interpolation. This process takes about 0.2 seconds to process naturally. And sit down. While playing the sitting motion, slowly adjust the position of your hips to the sitting position of the chair. In the Pleon engine, there was a phenomenon of bouncing when adjusting the height before sitting down, but this was improved by adding additional processing to move to the target position through interpolation during the animation. For the same reason as the starting sitting position, small characters are set to sit in front of the chair, and large characters are set to sit inside the chair. This can also be adjusted by race and age in data asset. So we can see that example down here. You can see a small human character, and you can see that when she's sitting on the chair, she's sitting more towards the front of the chair. And we have a taller giant character, and when they sit down, like they're further back on the chair, it looks like. So you can see how this already looks a lot better than it currently does in our current version of Mabinogi. Although those plants are kind of clipping through the bench. But this is just a test, so I'm sure they'll iron that out. And this was posted by Chair King, so cool avatar. But yeah, this is all about like chairs and like sitting and how all those physics work. So there are finally some new posts on the Korean Eternity section, and we're going to be taking a look at some of them. So we're going to start with this one. I think Mabinogi is a game that requires you to check a lot of things on the screen often. There are many reasons for this. The inventory is unique and the number of skills is just too numerous. However, before focusing on the UI on the screen, I focused on the most basic screen. This has been a frequent topic among relatively new players in the development lab. So I compared it to recent games and considered how I could make Mabinogi's screen more pleasant. So this is all about like field of view and how we can make the screen for Mabinogi better. So here you can see 3 different images of the field of view. So right here they're zoomed in to the back of their character. And then here they're zoomed out a little bit more and you can see a little bit more behind them and in front of them. And then here they're like zoomed way out and you have a good view of Dumbarton. The field of view refers to the field of view on the game screen. This will likely be familiar to those who enjoy taking photos. So if the angle of view is low, the range visible on the screen is narrow. The higher the angle of view, the wider the range visible on the screen. To make it easier to understand, let's look at some in-game example images. So they do have some example images here, and also some example videos, but these videos are taking a long time to load, probably because I'm a North American player and this is on the Korean website. But I have 2 of them loaded up, we'll take a look at those. So here's the first video, and you can see that they're zoomed into the front of their character. And you can see a lot of Dumbarton from here, so a few things have been moved around. You'll notice that the staircase to the town office is a little different, and there's a big staircase going directly up to the magic school now. And also the mailbox is over here instead of over here. So a few small changes to make Dumbarton feel better. But overall it still looks the same. Let's take a look at this. So here you can see them zooming out and zooming in and zooming out. Gives you kind of an example of what it's going to be like and how smooth it is. And for the next video, they're actually going to run down this street of Dumbarton. So this is what it looks like when a new player is entering Dumbarton in Unreal Engine. So yeah, all these videos here are pretty much the same. If you look at the images and videos, you will be able to feel the difference between narrow and wide angles at a glance. So yeah, these are pretty cool. Currently, the live-action version of Mabinogi features a 45-degree field of view. Considering the average monitor size when Mabinogi was first developed, this isn't a particularly unusual figure. However, the problem is that over 20 years have passed. The monitor sizes used by militians have also increased, and the amount of content on systems in-game has significantly increased, resulting in a massive increase in what you can see on the screen. So yeah, that's definitely true. I play Mabinogi with a 24.5-inch monitor because that's what works best for me, but Mabinogi sometimes has trouble on like really big monitors. You'll have to mess with the settings a lot to get it to work right. So first, this narrow field of view needed to be broadened to fit the modern game. However, it'd be problematic if the difference from the screen you're accustomed to while playing was so great that it felt out of place. So yeah, this is pretty tricky. You do have to make like little adjustments like this to make Mabinogi more modern. So yeah, there are these two videos here as well, and I would play them if they weren't loading so slowly, but you can come to the Korean Eternity section and load up these videos, or try and download them. It might take a little while, but you can see them that way. I've tried setting different minimum and maximum angles to ensure a natural change when zooming in and out with the mouse scroll. A closer look reveals that objects in the distance move slightly differently when zoomed in and zoomed out. As I adjusted the angle of view like this, I realized there were more things to consider than simply fixing it to one number. So this is actually a room in Albi Dungeon in Chernanog. There's also some posts about how they're redoing the boss room and a couple other rooms in Chernanog completely. I need both a distant view and a closer view for a clearer view of the character, and these two perspectives had to be properly differentiated. At the same time, I had to be careful not to accidentally switch perspectives. If you accidentally scroll in the middle of a hunt and get pulled into a character, you'll be in big trouble. Yeah, that would be bad. And here we can actually get a cool view of Chernanog. I actually downloaded this video, which you can do by clicking right here and selecting download. So we don't need to wait for that one to load up. Let's pull that up next. Okay, so here's the video of Chernanog, which actually looks pretty cool. So you can see the fence here, you can see the torches. I like how the fire is blue instead of orange. Like, that looks really cool. It would be awesome to have like a Halloween event here. Like, this looks really good. And here they're zooming in a bit. And here they're zooming out a lot, so you can see how some of the fence here is destroyed. And it looks like there's a wolf or maybe a warg like right out here. So this is just like off to the side of the bank. So yeah, this post has a lot of information about the field of view in Mabinogi and how they're going to make it work with like bigger monitors and stuff. So this is definitely worth checking out. You can come to the Korean Eternity site using Chrome, and it'll translate all this, so you can read it more or less. So let's look at a few more posts in the Eternity section on the Korean Mabinogi website. So we have a few new posts here. There are two videos that we're going to look at. We're going to look at this video and this video. And here we can see some of the NPCs from Bangor. And here we can see Shattering Windmill. So this is what it looks like in Pleon Engine. And this is what it's going to look like in Unreal for Elemental Knight, the Shattering Windmill skill. So Shattering Windmill looks pretty good. I like the new look for sheeps too. And then we have this video here. So on the left side, they're doing like the tailoring skill. And on the right side, they're doing something with a mannequin. And that also looks like it involves using the tailoring skill, because you can see the tailoring skill icon above her head. And here we have a picture of what the dragon ruins just outside of Bangor will look like in Unreal. Like, here's the dragon ruins, and here are the buildings surrounding it. So this looks really good. I like how you can see all the mountains and stuff off to the side. I'm not sure what that is. It almost looks like a tent or something. Maybe it's just a weird shaped rock. So I'm wondering like what's going on up there. The ground is also pretty flat up there, so maybe there'll be new areas to move on. That'd be kind of cool. But it kind of looks like one of these wooden structures that are kind of around the dragon ruins. So that might be what I'm seeing like over here. Let's take a look at another Korean Eternity post. So this one's all about like face shape and all that stuff. So we had to make everything compatible with the existing live data, including hair, facial expressions, including eyes and mouth, and facial decorations. And this is what the current basic face looks like. And then down here, a wide face shape that cannot be escaped with pretty hair. So you can see that it still has the same wide face look as this one, but it's a little bit less noticeable because of the long hair. But the wide face shape is still a problem. That's what they're trying to show there. And Eternity basic face shape created based on the live basic face shape. So that's what this is. Even if you increase the number of polygons and touch up the bridge of the nose, is absolutely impossible to create a beautiful face based on the basic face shape. The default face is literally the first thing the user sees. It's the game's first impression. So the face shape created in this way is as follows. So human female character, basic face shape created based on a face shape with a high nose. So this is what the faces currently look like, and this is what they have in Unreal so far. And this is a screen under development, and the final image may differ, but this will give you a good example of what things will look like. So this is Pleon Engine, and this is Unreal Engine. And you can see like the difference in the improvements in like the face for the character. Some people may not like the changed look, while others may like the changed look. Can we create graphics that will satisfy everyone? The short answer to that is no. There will probably be players that will like it and not like it. There's always going to be players that are going to disagree and not like the graphical change. But I think they're doing a good job keeping the graphic style as close to a Mabinogi graphic style as possible. What fits the feel of our game? What should we keep and what should we change? So I'm glad they're thinking about all this stuff, because it's impossible to satisfy everyone, to make every player happy with the changes. But I think they're doing a good job making sure that Mabinogi keeps its unique anime look without drastically changing. Okay, so let's look at another Eternity post on the Korean site. So this one's Anchor Rush Chain Slash Development. So this is about like chain blades and how those move and work. I'd like to introduce a work that naturally extended a chain using Unreal Control Rig. So in Pleon, you had to cram all the chain-related bones into the character bone and control them directly. And here you can see what all that looks like from their end, like programming that in. But now that we're using Unreal, let's do it like Unreal. So chain weapons can be separated from the character and managed independently. Plus, if you use the control rig that Unreal kindly provides, chain work becomes much easier, so why not use it? So cleaner, more flexible, more Unreal. Controlling the length of the Anchor Rush chain. So this is going to be about like the Anchor Rush skill specifically. And they talk all about how they did this. And here you can see how all this works. So a structure that is usually easy to control in a control rack, and the reality, so you can see the whole process for this, which is kind of cool. It looks like they're using a Kraken leg for this example here. I guess that would move in a similar way to a chain blade, so it makes sense that they're using that as an example. As above, I figured out that all I had to do was pull it to the target point with the 7 blades and position it. Since there are 7 blades in total, I tried placing the blades one by one from the starting point to the destination. Okay, so like blade 1 going to the target point, this would be whatever you're hitting, the enemy, and you do the same thing for each individual blade. The chain has really stretched to the target position. Sure, there were bugs where each axis was pointing in the wrong direction, but it was still enough to convince me it works. Oh, okay, and you can see what the chain blade looks like here, and then this is what it looks like when it's stretched out. So that work was being done for about 3 weeks after a bit of trial and error. So this is what Anchor Rush looks like in Pleon Engine, sort of. And then this is what it looks like after all this testing. I tried it and it was more natural than I thought. So you can see how smooth that looks. That's really good progress. Still, I was relieved to be able to apply it faster than expected. In fact, the reason it could end so quickly was because the weapon animation system was already implemented. Thanks to that, it was easy to apply because it fit perfectly, and I could focus on increasing the chain without worrying about anything else. For code work, you only need to pass the destination coordinates, and the rest can be done simply like this in the control rig script. Yeah, that's really cool. What if you weren't working with the control rig? Control rig basically takes into account the chain structure and automatically does things like if you turn this bone, the adjacent bone should follow like this. But if you implement it yourself, it's animation hell. It's not impossible to implement chaining without a control rig though, but the difficulty of digging is from software level. Yeah, so this looks like it was a lot of work to do. It's cool to see how this process works for something as simple as one of the many weapons that we use in Mabinogi for like one of the skills. I mean, this is just talking about chain blades and mostly Anchor Rush. So today we'll be looking at a part that was shown in the Korean Fantasy Party for Mabinogi. We'll be looking at character creation in Unreal Engine 5. And we have English closed captioning.
You want me?
There's the login. So they played this live on stream. Here's the new character select screen. This looks pretty cool.
안녕하세요, 밀레시안 여러분. 마비노기 총괄 디렉터 민경훈입니다. 이번 이터니티의 소식의 시작을 제가 직접 보여드리고 싶었습니다. 그래서 캐릭터 생성 과정을 제가 직접 좀
So the director is going to show us the character creation process for Unreal.
업데이트 후에 실제로 만나보실 모습은 지금과는 조금 다를 수 있는데 지금 현재 저희가 구현해 놓은 모습을 천천히 보여드리도록 하겠습니다. 이렇게 하나씩 선택할 수 있고요. 새 캐릭터를 선택해 보겠습니다. 이 의상은 처음 보시는 의상이죠. 이터니티 버전으로.
This is the first time you've seen this costume, newly created in Eternity version. This is the newbie wear. Okay.
이전에 잠깐 소개해드린 것처럼 이런 형태의
A while ago, yes, as I briefly introduced, this is now.
신발도 이제 구현해 볼 수 있고요.
Now let's implement pretty shoes in the shape of.
일단은 남캐를 한번 잠깐 보여드릴게요.
Okay, first the male character. So yeah, you can pick the male character's age. And this shows you like the stats. Because the stats are like slightly different.
이렇게 당연히 나이도 이렇게 고를 수 있고요. 능력치는 신경 쓰지 않으셔도 됩니다. 임시 수치로 넣어둔 거예요.
So it looks like over here we have like a couple of different like starting outfit options. So like this is the newbie wear over here, and it looks like you can pick like one of these other 3 outfits to start with. So far this looks really good.
얼굴도 이렇게 이거 이따가 조금 이따가 자세히 보여드릴 텐데 이제 남캐 헤어들은 지금 일단 반영해 놓은 건 이 정도고요. 여러 가지 익숙하신 헤어들이
Couple of the different male hairstyles.
이런 헤어도 있고, 그리고 당연히 이렇게 색상도 선택할 수 있습니다.
And the different colors.
일단 다시 돌아가서 여성캐로 선택을 해보겠습니다.
And you can notice, like here, you can see some of the hair clipping through her outfit. So it's a lot easier to notice, like, the hair clipping through the outfits on the female character, because she has, like, longer hair. And the longer hair options typically, like, clip through the outfits more.
예쁘죠? 예쁜 건
Yeah, you can see it like better up close. You can see how it's like cutting into the shirt and stuff. But it looked a lot better in game. That might just be like a character creation thing. Like when I saw like the in-game footage that's later, it looked a lot better and a lot less noticeable.
가까이서 봐야 됩니다. 이렇게 가까이서 보시면 이 디테일이 좀 보이실 것 같아요. 이렇게 의상도 이런 식으로 디테일하게 표현해서 구현을 해볼 수가 있고요. 피부 색상도 이렇게 선택한 대로 바로
And different skin tones. That's cool. That one's cool too.
이런 모습도 그렇고 다양한 모습을 볼 수 있고, 저는 개인적으로 좋아하는 연한 복숭아 빛을 선택하겠습니다. 이 헤어도 이렇게 반영이 되는데 아마 지금 잘 아시는 헤어들이 있을 거예요. 아시는 헤어들이 있고, 그렇죠. 이 헤어는 좀 이따가 다시 보실 수 있을 것 같은데 저는
Okay, this hairstyle doesn't clip through the outfit at all. So that's good. Because, like, the hair that hangs off to the sides here in the front, like, that's far enough away from the outfit that doesn't clip into it. And, like, the ponytail in the back goes out far enough to the point where it doesn't, like, clip into the back of the character at all.
죄송합니다. 제 취향대로 일단 선택을 해보겠습니다. 그리고 눈도 지금은 이 정도로 반영이 돼 있고요. 눈도 아마
Couple of different options for eyes.
네, 이 눈으로 선택을 하겠습니다. 아, 제가 헤어 색상을 안 정했네요. 제가 그 블루 계열을 좋아해서 여기 제
Changing the hair color?
명확하게 있지는 않은데 네, 다른 의도는 없습니다. 블루를 선택을 하겠습니다. 그리고 눈도 맞춰야죠. 네, 이렇게 맞추겠습니다. 그리고 입은
Yeah, changing the hair and eye color.
있고요. 그리고 장식이랑 화장도 있는데 네, 이 부분은 네, 나중에 또 보여드릴 기회가 있을 것 같습니다.
There are decorations and makeup too, so you can use that.
네, 이런 프리셋들을 확인하면.
Yeah, and here's some of the different, like, starting outfits. Now he's going through, like, those options. This one goes really well with the blue hair.
하실 수가 있습니다. 네, 이렇게 있고요. 그리고 이렇게 가까이서 보시면 좀 재질감이 좀 다르죠? 네, 이런 의상도 있고, 그리고 왠지 궁수한테 어울릴 것 같은 네, 이런 의상도 있고요. 네, 이런 의상도 있습니다. 네,
Yeah, this one looks pretty cool. Looks like an outfit that maybe like a priest or a healer would wear, like a priestess or a healer. Or a mage.
이제 본격적으로 한번 떠나보겠습니다.
They're laughing because the name was taken when he tried to name the character.
네. 서버는 지금 유튜브 하나만 반영을 해둔 거니까 혹시나.
The server currently only reflects one loot. They might be talking about like loot server. Since I've already done it, maybe other than loot, I hope the servers aren't upset. Okay, so he's gonna create the character. The owl looks pretty cool too.
어떠세요? 밀레시안과 에린을 연결해줄 조금 새로운 모습의 소울 스트림입니다.
The soul stream looks pretty good. I like how they added some color to like this part where you walk around. Like there's some blue, some gold, and maybe some like blue and purple more in the center where now is.
네, 여기 계신 분들은 너무 잘 아시다시피 마비노기에서 의미 깊은 장소잖아요. 네, 그래서 좀 더 가슴에 남을 만한 모습으로 변화를 시도해보고 있습니다. 우리 나우가 쳐다보네요. 네, 아이고 죄송합니다. 아, 제가 지금 손이 떨리고 있어요.
These dialogue options on the side are pretty cool. Like, I like the way the boxes look for text and everything. So far, this looks pretty good as far as the interface goes for like chatting with an NPC.
네, 뭐 하나하나 말을 걸어보고 싶지만 지금 이제 보여드릴 게 좀 더 있기 때문에 애니로 바로 가겠습니다. 네. 다음에 또 만나요.
And now she's gonna send us to Aaron. Wait, let's go back just a little bit. This was just a brief moment, but it looks like this would be like the loading screen. That might change like before it comes out. This is just a test play that they're going through. But this is simple. It looks nice. Wouldn't mind if that was the main like loading screen. And then they finally get into game. And you can see that there are like a couple other characters out here. These might be members of the development team that are like working on it. Or it could be some sort of closed beta in Korea. Either way, I think it's a good thing that they're like stress testing it. But yeah, we'll look at the gameplay and cover that in another video. But that's the character creation. And so far, I think it's pretty good. Alright, time to play Mabinogi. And I still have some of my contraband police stuff set up, so let's fix that real quick. There we go. Alright, so we have a new event starting today with some weird looking animals. So let's go over to Dumbarton and figure out what's going on there. The Magician Imp. Gather corn. Gather anything. What should I gather? Yeah, corn's a good idea. There's some an E-main, let's do that. Let's try here next. This is so much better with the interaction key. Try here next. 2 things of commerce. Okay. Good thing I have those speed potions. To use one of those. Let's take this stuff to Tara for 638. Gonna avoid bandit encounters as much as I can because I don't really have anything to gain from them. Bandits are too weak to really do anything anymore. What the? The ancients started attacking me. Okay, we have to do one more commerce round, so let's go to Turconale next. Lovely potions. Let's take those to Tara for 98. And then we'll go back to Dunbarton. Alright, back to Dumbarton. And now to gain the power to transform into animals, which we already have in the game with dream catchers, so not really sure what all this is going to be about. Use the magic compact and talk to the imp. Alright. So where is it? So it's a 1x1 item, magical, cheap, compact. What warrior moves work with this? Defense. Wait, I can change my size? Giant. I have to use this again. This isn't giant. This is still very small. They even make a difference? Bigger. Let's see if I can get as big as, like, Philo, the bird from Rising Shield Hero. Wait, I don't feel like this is any bigger. Okay, so there are only two sizes, small and big, and this is apparently big. Now, how do we customize this? We have to find some other chicks around here to get stuff from or something? Okay, let's go see if we can find any. Wait, would they show up on the event as like a NPC on the NPC search? Weird Cat, Treffer, Nora. No, I don't think so. Actually, I have a neighbor that looks a lot like Nora. Strangely, her name is Nora too. What the? Well, it doesn't look like there's anything in the Turconale area. Unless there may be in buildings?
묘지를 너무 오랫동안 그대로 둔 것 같다.
No? Nothing. Let's check out over here. What locations do they appear at? Well, there's nothing in this zone. Let's go this way. Well, I only know there's one over here. Did they show up on the NPC list? No. This is a little weird. I don't know if I want to add wings. Yeah, those green wings almost work. Those don't really fit. I don't really like those. That might work too, but it clips through the wizard hat. No. Not quite. Looks a little ridiculous. No. So if I go with wings, I'm probably gonna go with, like, these wings or these wings. Let's go with these little green ones. The lime hummingbird wings. And done. So now what happens? Okay, so we go back. It's a creative idea to try giving animals, like, outfit pieces. Well, I'll bet this is a temporary thing, like it'll probably go away when the event ends. Skill training seals, slippers. So they do have an outfit thing. No, I don't really want to change my character's height. Xanafiedlion is supposed to be tall. Looks like that player's trying to tell people that there's a chick behind the church, so we're gonna go take a look at that next. Maybe they'll have different outfit options. Because I went past the church, but I didn't see anything over there. I didn't go behind it, though. Like, I can't see anything from... Oh, there it is! Wow. Yeah, that's well hidden. Just barely missed them. Okay, so this one does have different options. Faceware options are all the same. It has less swing options than the other one, and it has more hat options. I don't know if I want anything from here. I don't think I do. So is there one hidden in every town, or how does that work? Guess we'll have to check out all the towns. See if there's any more players giving hints. Well, the one in Bangor was by a trading post. If there's one in Dunbarton, maybe it would be in the magic school. And that would make sense because transformations like that typically work in the Dunbarton magic school, so that's where I'd look for it. That's one of the only indoor exceptions. Make sure it's not like outside near the school. Doesn't look like it. Okay, let's check out inside. Oh, that's a huge missed opportunity to put a chicken here. They should definitely put one in here. Because you can transform in here normally. Let's see if we can use that thing in here. Yeah, see, you can still be a chick inside the magic school. It would have been perfect to hide one in here. What a wasted chance. Wait, there's something over there. Can I fit through here? You're not a chick. This must be for later in the event when we get the sheep. Okay, so Turconale and Bangor are chick territory, and Dumbarton is sheep territory. That's what I'm getting from that. What was the other one that they were doing? I thought there were 3 animals. I don't remember the third one on the post. Oh, there's a raccoon here too. Yeah, raccoons were the other ones. So maybe there is a chick around here. Let's see if we can find it. Well, it's not on the wall here. That's another player. Here we go. We found one. Real close to where you register for the event. What do you have? Fairy Tale Gardener's hat. Saturn Ring headpiece. So these two are the new headpieces that this one has. What about wings? Glorious South Sea Sailor's bag. Alright, we can take that for now. So far, all the chicks I've found have the same face accessories, faceware. Too bad they're all the same. There's no variety for this one. Okay, so I found the one in Turconale, I found the one in Dumbarton, and I found the one in Bangor. Let's see if we can find the one in Emain. I'm going to assume there's one in every town. So we'll get Emain done next, then Tailton, then Tara. Maybe it would be near the Bean Rua. Or the castle. Oh, I didn't save the changes, but that's okay. I like the outfit that mine currently has. Emain's a pretty big place. It's gonna be Tara that's gonna be hard to find. Hard to find the one there. E-main won't be so bad. That's a pretty nice house. Oh, here's the sheep of E-main. So the sheep is near the Bean Rua.
악상이
Wonder if one is near this music stage. Like back there? No? Okay. Just making sure. Now that would be pretty close to the sheep one, so it's probably a little bit further away. Okay, a different part of E-main. What about up there? Telescope, view, scope, second floor observatory. No, I don't think it's up there. Let's check out the church area. Hey, there's someone over there. That's the raccoon. Okay, so the raccoon is at the E-main church. Sheep is near the clothing store and Bean Rua. Now we have to find the chick. Maybe the chick's near the castle. It's not at the restaurant here. Castle or puppet shop, that's my guess. It'd be nice to see all of E-main Castle. Like, there's a lot of it that's unfinished. I can't wait to see what this is gonna look like in Unreal. They can make E-main Castle a lot bigger. Because really, E-main Castle should be a lot bigger. It should be a lot more important because, like, this used to be the capital of Ulad before Tara. E-main used to be in power. Nothing over here. Maybe at the music hall over here? Could check out this area. I think this area is gonna get removed when we get to Unreal. I've heard rumors about that. It's not like anyone really uses it. Okay, nothing over here. Oh wow, I didn't realize that. Look at Emain Castle. It comes all the way around here. I didn't realize it was that big. What a shame it's so underused. Like when they do, when they redo Emain Castle on Unreal, they could just make it so we could actually move our camera angle, and you know, make it kind of like Tara Castle. You could make this area a little bit bigger, this entry area. You could do banquets, Emain banquets. You could do those on Sundays, since Emain is kind of a religious area. That way you can have like banquets every week on Saturdays, and you can have banquets every week on Sundays here at Emain. That'd be kind of cool. Just make this place bigger. Wow, yeah, you can oversee the puppet shop from here. I didn't really realize that. This is a nice view. I don't really see why the stairs are blocked. Seems kind of unnecessary. I hope when we upgrade the engine, we don't just recreate these areas, we also improve them. I mean, they did do that with Dumbarton. Like, we've seen pictures of how they've moved like staircases and stuff and added a few things to make Dumbarton still feel the same but have a few differences to make it better. So it's a good sign. But look at this view, this is nice. Oh, and there's an additional level up there, too. See, this is the problem. There's so much of Emain Castle that we haven't seen yet. Like, we can only go in the main room down there, and then into the throne room, which is in the back. But they should add a second level, whatever this is, and a third level up here, which is whatever's up there. Like, that was probably originally going to be a doorway of some kind, but they probably got lazy about it or something. Such a cool castle. And the doors are big enough for giants, that's nice. Whoops, I didn't want to talk to you. I want to go through the door. The door. Can I actually interact with the door? There we go. And then we have the throne room here. Yeah, this whole castle needs to have a lot more added to it. Because, like, you can see from the outside of the castle, the Emain Castle is actually a lot bigger than it is on the inside. It just feels like they got lazy about finishing the insides of it. Like, would it be as big as Tara Castle? Probably not quite. Tara Castle's probably a little bit bigger. But, like, this one's still smaller on the inside than it should be. Like, realistically, these stairs should not go to the roof. They should go to the second level. They should go to the second level up here on the second floor and lead to whatever is behind these two double doors. What does the Royal Guard tell me? My feet hurt. Okay, so he has no special dialogue. What would be behind those two doors? I mean, you could have maybe, like, the king's bedroom or something, but honestly, it would make sense if they had, like, a council room behind those doors or something. Like a meeting room where they could talk with advisors and stuff, and then when they make a decision, like, who's ever in charge could come out here and then, like, stand up here and address the people of Emain, right? That would make sense. Or, since there are also doors on the sides here that we can see, they could go left or right, and then they could go way over there and overlook the whole town and address the citizens. So yeah, it would actually make a lot of sense to have like a room of council and advisors behind like these doors, so you could like discuss decisions and then like have people around town gather and make like announcements and stuff. And then maybe the very top floor would be like the palace bedroom or something. Somewhere that's kind of high up and safe and secure. Because realistically, that level will be pretty safe. You could have a few rooms up there. That would be a pretty safe place to have, like the royal bedroom and a few private rooms in case of an attack, because well, I don't know, Emain's on the water. I'm not sure if like pirates did attack. I mean, I guess a cannon could do some damage if a cannonball hit that top floor. But like a cannon or a dragon would be the only effective thing to like actually do a lot of damage from the ground to the top level. And then we also have these two doors over here, like these side doors on each side here, so those could lead into secret areas of the castle, or maybe they'd just be for like weapons storage or something. Even this hedge isn't tall enough to hide my character? That's funny. Giants really are tall. Oh yeah, and there's these secret doors here too. Is there a door around the back of the castle as well? I'm getting really sidetracked examining E-Main Castle because it's so cool. I just wish it was used more. I think there's a secret back door here. Oh yeah, there's actually 3 doors here. Well, 4, I guess, because this is a double door thing. This would make sense as like a secret entry to the castle for like deliveries and stuff. If you just want to discreetly drop off like food, weapons without anyone really seeing. And it would also be a good like emergency escape, like if the front of the castle's under attack and like the king or prince or who's ever in charge needs to escape, you could run out these doors here. And it's smart to have these trees here too because it kind of covers it up, like not everyone would know about it. So yeah, that would be a really smart like escape area. There's no doors on the side or anything like that. No, not really. Can I get through there? There we go.
근무 중 이상.
I wonder if this is uphill like this by design. Like, I wonder if this is in case of like an attack. By only having the stairs in the center, that means there's a very narrow spot to like get up and get into the castle area. And while you could like run up here, it'd be a little bit more difficult to like run up here without sliding a little bit. And then they could aim like a cannon through here or bows or whatever. And you wouldn't have as good a footing like right here.
근무 중 이상.
So it kind of limits how effectively you can get in. They even bother doing this window. That window is just a void. I didn't think anyone would bother coming up here to check. It's not really important. I'll also be checking out E-Main Castle on Mabinogi Mobile when that comes out, because like it's gonna look different, so I'm curious what they've done with it in mobile. Like even the town office in Dumbarton, you can't actually enter the doors to the town office in Dumbarton in this version of Mabinogi, but Mabinogi Mobile you actually can. You can go inside the actual town office and they have that design, so that's really cool. It just kind of expands on the world of Mabinogi. So okay, I need to get back looking for that chick because I kind of lost track of that goal. Where am I gonna look next? How about over here? Maybe on one of these little floating, these little islands that the bridges connect to. I mean, there's price. Nothing over here. Maybe I need to check near the commerce tent again, like I did in Bangor. That might do it. I could also check near the advancement hall too. I didn't really go towards the commerce tent, did I? Is there anything over here? No? Okay, let's check out the advancement hall. And then we'll check out the Paladin training grounds. Oh, look at that little fenced-in zone we can't get to or explore. But even while they're finishing it, you can see where it ends. You can see where, like, the grass ends and, like, it's just a void behind there. That's too bad. There's so much more they could have done with this kind of area. Okay, we're gonna go to the training grounds next. See if we can find anything. I found a sheep and raccoon here, so I find it hard to believe that there's no chick out here. I just don't know where it is. What about this little floating island over here, where the Cookie Island usually takes place at? That event? Nothing. I'm gonna check out the church one more time because, like, I didn't go very far into that area. I just saw the raccoon there and kind of left. I guess it's possible the chick might be in that area. Just kind of unlikely because I thought that would be further away from the other ones, but I'm running out of places to look, so we're gonna go check it out again. Nope, there's just this guy here. So the chick is not in this zone. I guess I'm not doing commerce right now, so I don't really need that doll bag summoned at the moment. Go ahead and cancel that. I didn't see anything at the top of the observatory, but I'm gonna look anyway because, again, there aren't very many spots left to check, so let's go over here. No, there's nothing up here. Yeah, where else is there to look? I haven't been down this main strip of town. I don't think it's near Agnes. Maybe near Rua's house? Can I find her place? Okay, here's Rua's place. Only Xanafied Neko can get in there. I have a Warp Imp that can get in there too, but winning over Rua to gain access to her house is a pain in the butt, so I only did it once. Yeah, the sheep is in this zone, sort of. About this edge of town. This is like the edge of E-Main. The very end. And still nothing. Huh. Well, I don't know where the chick is in E-Main. I may have to give up looking for it. Move on to Tailton. I'm gonna look one more time. See if I can find it. It's not down here, I'm pretty sure about that. Yeah, no, it's not in here. So that would be a good spot for it. It's not in this area. Yeah, I don't know. Near the bank, maybe? No? Okay, we're gonna check out Tailton next, because I can't find the chick in E-Main. So really quick, I will be right back, and then we'll check out Tailton and then Tara. Okay, really quick, we're gonna check out the moon gate over there. And if the chick for Eman isn't there, then I give up. Then we're going to Tilton. Time to move on to a different zone. Yeah, no idea. Let's go check out the Tilton area then. And then Tara. Tara is going to be a difficult area. That place is huge. Nothing over here. What about near the church? No? I'm not finding anything in Tilton. What town square? Maybe they're not in the Tilton area. Some of the houses in the Tilton area are nice though. I never really noticed before. There's also Cobb. I haven't checked out there yet. Hey, we found the Chick of Cobb. Behind the lighthouse. Oh cool, a coffin backpack. We can carry that with us. Finally one with the new face accessory option. New face wear option. But you can't really see it with the sheep mask on. Okay, we'll save that. See if we can find the raccoon and the sheep. Okay, there's the sheep. So he's behind the general shop. The raccoon's near the pub. No raccoon. I thought he'd be there. Let's check over in this area. Oh, here's the raccoon, so he's near the trading post. So behind the lighthouse is the chick. Behind the general shop down there in the main town area is the sheep, and the raccoon is up here on the top of the hill by the trading posts. Let's go back to Bangor, because I know where the sheep is. I know where the chick is there, but I don't know where the sheep and the raccoon are over here. So I want to check out this area again and see if I can find the other two. This event is fun and, like, it's just fun looking around, right? Like, just exploring. Having a lot of fun, like, finding the characters. It's fun in the sense that you have to actually look around for them. They don't show up on NPC searches. You sort of have to go in the town looking weird and trying to find them. Okay, so the sheep is behind the pub. And it has a beard, apparently.
아, 심심해.
Oh, and here's the raccoon. So the raccoon is, like, right behind the bank.
어디까지 계산했더라? 내가 마음에 안 들면 물건 딴 데 가서 사.
Alright, the last place to check out is Tara. Let's start at the jousting arena. Hey, we found the chick. Right outside the jousting arena. What's he wearing? Has some sort of backpack on. So if you change sections and like go back, you can change the colors. So just keep going back and forth until it lands on a color that you want. Alright, we're gonna go with this look. Let's see what else we can find out here. Oh, we found the sheep already. So the sheep is actually pretty close to the jousting arena. The sheep is right out here where the fashion show happens. Now that just leaves the raccoon. So I wonder where he is. Tower is such a big place, they're pretty close together. Maybe the raccoon's close by too? Guessing the raccoon might be like near town square or near the cathedral? Okay, let's head to the town square area. I forget where most of these guys are by the time we get to the sheep and the raccoon. That's alright. It's fun looking around. Let's check out... maybe near the Tara Bank? Or it could even be in the shopping area. Nothing. Yeah, let's go check out this area up ahead, where all the shops are. Yeah, here's the raccoon. Near the clothing shop, general shop, and healer house. An alchemy shop. Raccoon the Sleepy. I still didn't find that chicken email, and that kind of bothers me. Like, I kind of want to find it. I wonder if... I'm gonna check out CEO Island. What if it's there? That'd be a place to hide it. It'd be so cool if we could get to this island with like a boat or something. Once we get to Unreal. It'd be kind of interesting. I think the only way you can get here now is with like a moon gate or some sort of teleport. But no, I don't think it's here. Couldn't hurt to look though. Let's see if I'm a match for one of these golems. Look at that. Remember when these golems used to be terrifying and how everyone was afraid to come here? These golems used to be feared. Bring it on, weaklings. Hey, that one did some damage, not bad. You gonna pay for that. Come on then. Come on. Fight me one-on-one. No more being a coward hiding behind your friends here, your minions. Come on. Actually fight me. Cowardice piece of crap. Got him. It is wild how one of the scariest areas of the game, like 10 years ago, is now... Like, these golems are being destroyed by a tiny bird. Easy. They could probably do more damage if they used windmill more. Alright, well, we've humiliated them enough. Let's get out of here. Okay, let's go to the library. We gotta get the, help out Leaf. Get the event stuff done. Oh, gather wool 10 times. I'll do that tomorrow. I'm not gonna do it today. I don't care enough to. This is a silly gathering thing. Doesn't matter. But wrong window. So close that. Fun. Eliza in the Library of Secrets. If this is going to be a big story thing, I think I'll focus on that tomorrow. We'll get started on it then. I don't want to start a big story thing that's going to take 10-15 minutes. Alright, well, we're going to wrap up the Mabby stream right around here for now. The plan was to play... The plan was to play Mega Man Star Force today, but for some weird reason they're releasing the game like at 9 or 10 p.m. tonight. So, unfortunately, that's a little too late for me to really get a lot done. Like, I could play maybe an hour or something, but I wouldn't really be able to get a lot done in the game. So I'm just going to delay that stream until tomorrow. We'll start working on the Star Force games then. It's weird because most games on Steam usually release at 10 in the morning on the release day. That's just usually how it goes. So they're picking a weird release time for it. And then they have like Windows 11 as like the minimum and recommended system requirement, so I'm not even sure it'll run, actually. I think it will. I don't think it'll be a problem. I think they just assume that most people will be on Windows 11 by now, but I'm still on Windows 10, so yeah, when it releases tonight, I'm going to try it out, make sure it runs, and then, assuming it does, which it probably will, we'll start the Star Force stuff up tomorrow. And if it doesn't work, which would be kind of silly if it didn't, then I guess I'll just have to wait to work on those games until I upgrade to Windows 11. But currently I'm not going to do that. I don't know when I'm going to, but It's more of a downgrade than an upgrade, really. But anyway, that's sort of the plan going forward. If the Mega Man Star Force stuff gives me trouble and I need to upgrade to Windows 11 before I can play it, I still haven't beaten Battle Network 5, so I might just start on Battle Network 5 instead. So yeah, I don't know. I'll have more information about it tomorrow. And I think I might play a little Retro Rewind at 7, so we might do a 7 o'clock stream, do a little bit more of that. Make some more progress. Maybe, maybe not, I don't know yet. There's also like a Dying Light update that I want to check out, so I might just not stream at all for the rest of the night, I don't know.